AWS stands for Amazon Web Service. So in simple terms, AWS is a platform that allows you to rent computer, storage, and other tech services on the internet without having to buy your physical server. Before cloud computing, if you needed to host a website or run an application, you would have to buy a physical server, which means you are going to set it up, you are going to need technical teams to set it up, you are going to run the maintenance by yourself, and you are going to power it. But AWS remove all these lifts. We have other cloud service providers like AWS, like Microsoft Azure, we have Google, we have Oracle, and we have a lot of them, right? But AWS is the biggest in the market. So like I was saying, AWS lifted this stress of you having to host your server, having to maintain your server, having to power your server by yourself. Think of AWS as an apartment. You don't own the apartment, but you can use the electricity, you can use the water, you can use the services in the apartment and just pay for service charge. So you are not owning anything, you're just paying for what you are using, which is why a lot of companies adopt these services, because it saves costs. You don't have to buy everything, just pick the services that you need and pay for it. Then it's called pay as you go, pay as you go, pay as you use. So that's what AWS, that's what the platform is. Okay, now so let me show you how the management console looks like, because you need to be very comfortable with the console for you to be able to use the services. A lot of beginners get very confused in this stage. You log into the console and you are seeing a lot of services, you don't know which one to start, you want to do this, you want to do this, you want to do this. So in this video I'm going to show you, I'm going to walk you through around the console and how you can start. Okay, so the first thing we have to do, we have to log into our AWS account. So you are going to enter your ID, your username, and your password. So we click on sign in. So I've signed in on another tab, so I'm just going to go to the tab. So this is the tab. This is the AWS Management Console. This is what it looks like. This is where everything starts. Okay, you can see recently visited. So these are the things that you see some tabs here. You see sections by section. You can see under cost, I'm denied here because I didn't give permission for this particular account. Okay, so this is actually where everything starts in AWS. So what do you have to do? Like I said earlier on, you don't need to understand all the services. If you come here, you see a bunch of services here, from analytics to application integration, blockchain, business application, cloud financing. You see a whole lot of things here. You do not have to master everything here. There are just so many services around here. So what you just need to do is pick a service that you need to and master. Button here will take you to the home page. This will show you the list of all the services. We have the search bar. The search bar is actually your best friend, because here you don't have to memorize everything. Just come to your search bar and look for whatever you're looking for. For instance, we're looking for cloud formation. You don't need to memorize anything, just type cloud formation. You can see you already have cloud formation here. You click on it. All right, so let's look for EC2. Okay, so you type EC2 on your search console. Whatever you are looking for, if you know the name, this is a general search. Whatever you are looking for, the services from Amazon, from AWS, whatever services you are looking for from AWS, you can easily come here to type. We can say S3. Okay, so we have S3, we have S3 Glacier, AWS Snow family. So let's look for EC2. Okay, so you can see EC2. Let's click on it. We can see virtual server in the cloud. So I will tell you what this actually means in a second. But for now, let's look at the EC2 console. So you can see EC2 stands for Elastic Compute Cloud. That's EC2. Elastic compute cloud. That instead of ECC, they said EC2, Elastic Compute Cloud. So you can create, manage, and monitor virtual servers in the cloud. So that's what you can do. You do with EC2. So we call it instances. It's either you call it EC2 or we call it EC2 instance. So it's actually a virtual server. So take EC2 instance to be your virtual machine, your virtual computer, your virtual server. You can use this computer to run your website, your application, your backend system. See it as you building another computer inside AWS cloud. So we spent lots of time here in this series. So be comfortable with it. You can see if we come here, you have the dashboard, which is what we are looking at now. We have the global view, the events, the instances, instance type. So you can see we have elastic block storage, we have images, we have the network and security, load balancing, auto scaling, which is what we are going to be looking at in the later series of the course. Okay, so before we start creating our virtual machine, go to one of the most popular service in AWS, call it S3. Okay, so S3, let's click on it. What is S3? S3 is actually a bucket storing service from AWS. You can use it to store your files, you can use it to store images, video, backup of your applications. You can use it for any kind of storage, block storage, and documents. So you can see it says store and retrieve any amount of data from anywhere. You can use it to store and retrieve any amount of data from anywhere. S3, take S3 to be a storage device, in AWS. So you can store, like I said before, you can store your image, your video, your backup, and documents. Think of it as your cloud storage at large. Okay, so that's what you can use S3 for. In the later series of this course, we're going to dive deeper on S3 buckets, where we're going to create buckets and we're going to store files, we're going to retrieve files from the bucket. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to check, so search on your console, go to your console again and type IAM. We call it IAM. You can see here. So click on it. What is IAM? So IAM stands for Identity and Access Management. That's what it stands for. Identity and Access Management. So when it comes to user management, when it comes to setting roles, when it comes to setting policies, we use IAM. So we use it to manage users and permissions. As a beginner, you don't really need to worry too much about this yet. Just know that it controls who can access what, right? So as a beginner, they don't need to worry so much about setting roles because it's actually a system administrative task, right? So but what you have to know is that you can use it to control who can access what on the account on the AWS console, right? So if I create an account for let's say someone in the office, I can say, okay, what is this username, right? For instance, here you can see one of these users. The user I'm logging in is NatCloud. So what can NatCloud do? How many users do we have here? What are the roles? You can see we have 5 roles here. How many policies? So if you click on these roles, it's going to load the roles that we have. Can see. So this particular user has access to AWS service role for Elastic File System. He has access to AWS Service Role for backup. He has access to role for Resource Explorer, for support, and for a trusted advisor. So you can actually set this role for what can a user attend, what can a user have access to, and what can a user not have access to. So if you go to if you go to a system in the office, you see you are trying to probably browse a particular website and it's telling you restricted. So this is where you do all those systems and everything. So we talk about this in more details in one of the series in this course. If you are enjoying the video so far, click on the subscription button and like the video. Share the video to people you know that are just starting out cloud carrier. This will be very helpful. Now let's go back to EC2 instance. EC2. Okay, so let's wait for it to load. Okay, so like I said, one mistake beginners always make is trying to learn everything all at once. No, you don't need to learn everything all at once. You need to focus on one service at a time. You start with creating a virtual machine, creating an EC2 instance, launching an EC2 instance, connecting an EC2 instance. Just play around it. You don't need to learn everything. AWS is great if you're a beginner in cloud computing, or you are a developer, or if you are someone who is just starting your IT skills. Even if you have no background in tech, you can start from zero and grow with AWS. They have a lot of services that you can actually specialize. You can specialize in a lot of things here. So AWS is a great platform and a great cloud computing service provider that you should start with. So in the next video, I'm going to explain what Amazon EC2 instance is. So in the next video, I'm going to explain what Amazon EC2 instance is and why is it so important, and how beginners like you can start from scratch and learn step by step. We are going to launch our first instance. We are going to launch our first virtual machine and customize it and connect our virtual machine. See you in the next video. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe, like, share the video. Let's grow in your tech journey together.